Hello, welcome to another project for celebrating men. This little shirt card is made with the dies, the well-suited dies, which are with the well-suited stamp set. And I know some of you have said you find these dies very intimidating. Well, let me show you which ones of the dies that we're going to use for the shirt card. And then with the process of elimination, it's a lot more easier to work with the dies. For instance, this one, it's a pocket one. We'll use it to make the sleeves. This one we'll use it to do the straps and the pocket tab. And this one, these two, are used for the ends of the straps. And as well, we have a collar. That's not so bad, right? And then there's this little piece that cuts 6 buttons at the same time. And before I forget to mention, once you die cut the buttons, put them right on a glue dot on your glue holder. That way you won't lose them. Believe me, I've die cut a lot of buttons and I don't know where they are. They're tiny. So put them on a glue dot. Okay, so the rest of the dies I'll show you in another video how to use them. But this takes a little bit of the mystery out of these dies. Using these dies, figuring out what they do, it's very much like, and I've said this to a number of people, sorting socks. I know, you say, what does that mean? Well, when you sort socks, you see a whole pile of them, you don't know, you start with the socks that you know, you match them up, and then eventually you get to the other socks. Well, it's the same with these dies. You start with the ones you know. Okay, this is enough about socks. This is the card, and I'm going to show you how to make the little shirt. It looks cute, right? And you can use any of the pattern papers that you like. And these are the papers with the well-suited designer paper. Lots to choose from. And we'll be using some of the other papers in other shirts. This one and this one we're using today. Okay, let's get going. I'll leave that right there. And I'll bring out, I have done all the die cutting for this card, except for the main shirt, which is just a rectangle. By the way, the dimensions for all of this will be in a PDF, which is included with your class kit. So, first of all, I want to show you how to put the sleeves on. Well, these are the sleeves. Look like pockets, right? Well, if you put them on like this, all of a sudden, they're sleeves. So, what I have done, of course, I'm a very scientific person. I like to measure things, but if you don't like to, I just made it a little bit easier on the wrong side of your pocket, and make sure that it's the wrong side. Okay, you're going to, sorry, this is the wrong one. Okay, you're going to take this corner of the pocket and lay it up here, the top part. And what I've done, if any of you have done sewing, you'll know that you match the big dots with the big dots. So I just put a dot there to remind myself. And then from the bottom here, I make a mark about 3/4 of an inch up. And then I have also made a mark here, which is about 1 5/8 of an inch down. Now, you don't have to make these marks. I just do it so that the sleeves on both sides kind of look the same. So I take this corner to this top of the shirt body, match it up with the 3/4 inch mark, and there I have both sleeves on. Now, if you're using Tombow glue to put these on, make sure that you only use a little bit of Tombow. Believe me, I did another card and I got Tombow glue all over the place. Okay, just lay it down, match up the dots. I'll just lay it there for a bit, put a little glue down, match this dot with the top, and match the other dot up. If you don't want to match it up, make the dots, that's fine. Just kind of lay them down. Make sure that the point part of the pocket is inward and not pointing out, because I don't think sleeves look that way. At least not my sleeves. Anyway, so there, when it's a little bit dry, I think I can turn it over. Well, not quite dry. Hope I haven't squished the glue out. We'll take a look here. Whoop, a little bit came through on this side. Okay, I'll take my glue eraser and fix that up later. But there we go, we have the sleeves on. Now let's look at the collar. Here's the collar. I'll move that over a bit. And what I've done is I've taken a little piece of Whisper White and I've put it up. There's the top of your collar right there. And I've put it underneath here so that this is the neck, so that we don't have the shirt sewing through the back. And so again, I'll just take a wee bit of, oops, that's way too much. Put a little bit over there. And then I'll just put this right behind it. There. Okay. Now, the trick now is to find the midpoint of the card. You don't want the shirt, the collar to go on one side or the other. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of copy paper, same size as the shirt, folded it in half, and I'm going to place it on the shirt with the open ends to parallel to the side, the fold along the middle. Now there's the midpoint of your card. Now if you want, you can take a pencil and make a little mark, or you can just leave the paper there for now. And okay, and you're going to just move that aside here. You can see. If you lay it down so you match this part of the collar with the fold up here, and you're going to lay your collar down that way. Now you're going to put a little bit of Tombow glue on this side of the collar only. That's my notes. I'll just put a little bit on the top part, lay it down, matching here, and then before you press it down, move the paper away. Now, if you put glue on the entire collar, you know what's going to happen, right? It's going to stick to this. Okay, we'll give that a minute, and then just move this. And I'll just put a little bit of glue down on the top there, just to adhere that collar down. There we go. Sure that's straight. There. So now we have the collar on and the sleeves on, and we're gung-ho. Now we can put the straps on either side. And what I'd suggest to do before you do that, you want to put these little silver foil things on there. And the best way to do it, if you lay your straps side by side, and I have a little piece of silver foil here. Here it is. And you want it about 1.5 inches down. Now you can measure it or you can eyeball. And I'll just put a little piece of glue on either. Make sure that it's straight. And you say, well, what am I doing? Are you adhering the two together? No, I'm making sure that they're both in the same place. And then you take your scissors, cut it off, trim the ends. There. And now we're going to put it on the card, on the shirt, sorry. And I would suggest before you put it on, sorry, I'm upside down here, that you trim your strap to about 4 inches. Now, I have made a mark where the 4 inches is going to be, and that's because you're going to want to put the bottom of this down here. And if you cut it right down to here, this is curved, and the bottom part of the strap will show. Okay, let's see. We'll cut this at 4 inches. And I'll just put a little bit Okay, Tombow, behave and just give me a little bit. Thank you. And now I'll do the other one. There we go. There's the straps. Oh, isn't it looking cute already? My goodness. So now we'll put these end tabs on, and this is cut in silver foil. And the other one. Pretty cute, huh? Now you can stop here if you like, but I like to put the button tab on. Now the button tab is just this strap, but cut in the pattern paper. So we're going to put it here down to here. Now I'm not going to cut it down to size. I'm just going to put it down here, and then I'm going to trim it. I'm just going to take a bit of Tombow glue and just a little bit. There we go. And then on the wrong side, you're gonna trim it. Now all that's left to do is add the buttons. And here I'm going to use my pokey tool. There's already a glue dot underneath it. Put one down. And again, you can eyeball it. If you want to measure it, that's fine. And I'm putting an odd number of buttons down. You can stop at 3 if you like. It all depends on your personal preference. There's the buttons. There's the shirt. Now, that wasn't so hard, was it? I know, I did all the die cutting for you. Well, everything will be die cut for you in your kit. So there you go. Now, what I've done is I've made an envelope to go with the card. Doesn't it look familiar? Okay, so you're going to have an envelope in your kit, as well as all the die cut elements. And again, you've got a strap, and you're going to do the same thing that you did with the others on the shirt. Lay the two side by side. If you want to just eyeball it, that's fine too. And you just a little bit of glue. And come on, stay put. Okay, now, wow, that's drying. I'll just let it dry for a minute. I'll just measure down. It should be about 4 inches for the envelope as well. And I'm going to snip them apart. Trim off the edges. And this time I don't do it from the back, I do it from the front because I want to see what I'm doing. Okay. Now, I'm going to add this to either side of the envelope. Oops, this is upside down. Okay, but before I do, I will trim this down and trim this down. Didn't make a mark on this one, so I'll just use that as my template. There we go. Okay, Put a little bit of glue on here. If you heard a bang, it was my pussycat wanting to join me and knock the chair over. Those of you who have cats know that they're curious and they have to see what you're doing, especially when they hear you talking. Okay, now we'll just add this on the bottom. They're not silver foil, but they're with the pattern paper. Oops. There we go. And there's the envelope. Okay, so there is, now we have to put the shirt on the card front, and here's the card front already prepared for you. This is the other side of the designer paper for the shirt, just to show you. There it is. And I've put it on a Night of Navy card front, and I put some Whisper White on the inside. Now to add the shirt, you add it this way. You just put some Tombow glue on the back and add it to the card front. Now I've put the word brother on there, but you can put whatever you like. And there we have a shirt card made with the dies, and you have an envelope to match. This has been a project for the class to go for Celebrating Men. Stay tuned for the next project and have fun putting this one together. Bye.